Imagine knowing that your son has only two possible futures. One, he lives a long, peaceful life, forgotten by history. What would you choose?
If you go, you will become the greatest warrior the world has ever seen.
For Achilles, that choice was made before he could even walk. His name would become legendary. Kings would fear him. Entire armies would tremble at the sound of his footsteps.
This is the tragic story of Achilles, the greatest hero of ancient Greece. But every victory brought him one step closer to his own destiny. Long before the Trojan War began, the sea goddess Thetis received a terrifying prophecy. Her son would surpass his father in greatness. Zeus immediately lost interest in marrying her. A son stronger than his own father was far too dangerous. Instead, Thetis was married to a mortal king named Peleus. Their wedding became one of the grandest celebrations in Greek mythology. Except one. Eris, the goddess of discord. On it were written the words, "To the fairest." Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite immediately claimed it. Their argument would eventually lead to the judgment of Paris and ultimately the Trojan War. Even before Achilles was born, destiny had already begun weaving the path. Achilles was unlike any ordinary child. His father trained him in the art of kingship. But his greatest teacher was Chiron. Deep inside the forests of Mount Pelion, Achilles learned everything a warrior needed: swordsmanship, spear fighting, and archery. He mastered medicine, music. Chiron was respected by both gods and men. True strength is more than brute force. It lives in a courageous heart. As the years passed, Achilles grew faster, stronger, and more skilled than anyone around him. His speed became legendary, his courage unmatched. As Achilles reached adulthood, another prophecy emerged. The Greeks would never conquer Troy without him. But if he joined the war, he would never return home. His mother begged him to stay away. Thetis hid Achilles on the island of Skyros. There, he lived disguised among the daughters of King Lycomedes. Dressed as a young woman, he remained hidden. It was an unusual disguise, but it worked. For a while.
The greatest warrior in Greece disappeared completely. The Trojan War began without him. Yet fate cannot be escaped forever.
The Greek leaders soon realized they could never win without Achilles. Only one man possessed the intelligence to find him. The king of Ithaca devised a brilliant plan. Disguised as a merchant, he visited the palace. He laid out beautiful jewelry, but among them, he placed a sword. At that exact moment, Odysseus ordered a trumpet to sound, a signal of an enemy attack. Only one person instinctively reached for the sword: Achilles. Achilles finally accepted his destiny. He gathered his legendary Myrmidon warriors, boarded his ships, and sailed toward Troy. He knew exactly what awaited him: glory beyond imagination, a name that would live forever, and a death that no one, not even the gods, could prevent. From the moment Achilles stepped onto the shores of Troy, legends were born. Leading his elite Myrmidon warriors, he attacked with breathtaking speed. Cities allied with Troy fell one after another. No shield could stop his spear. No warrior could match his strength. Ancient poets claimed that even the riverbanks, but when Agamemnon was forced to surrender his own captive to end a devastating plague, his pride was wounded. He seized Briseis from Achilles. To Agamemnon, it was a simple exchange. To Achilles, it was the greatest insult imaginable. His honor had been stolen before the entire Greek army. Furious, Achilles stormed into Agamemnon's tent. "You have gone too far! I am the king!" Their voices echoed across the camp. Only the intervention of the goddess Athena prevented bloodshed. Humiliated and consumed by rage, Achilles made a shocking decision. He would fight no more.
The greatest warrior in Greece walked away from the battlefield. His Myrmidons followed him. Without Achilles, the heart of the Greek army vanished.
The Trojans quickly realized something had changed.
Their greatest enemy was gone. Prince Hector, the mighty defender of Troy, seized the opportunity. Leading his soldiers, Hector launched a relentless assault. For the first time in years, the Greeks were driven backwards. Ships burned along the shoreline. Every Greek commander begged Achilles to return.
We need you, Achilles.
Fight by our side! Please, my boy, return!
Even Agamemnon admitted his mistake. He offered priceless treasures, gold, land, and riches. Achilles refused every offer.
Watching his friends die one after another became unbearable. Raised together from childhood, they were brothers in everything but blood.
If you will not fight, then let me wear your armor.
Achilles hesitated. He finally agreed.
Victory filled Patroclus with confidence. He ignored Achilles' warning and pursued the fleeing Trojans all the way to the gates of Troy. There, standing before the city's mighty walls, awaited Prince Hector. The two heroes clashed in one of the most dramatic duels of the war. Hector realized the terrible truth. This was not Achilles. The greatest warrior in Greece was still alive. As dawn broke over the Greek camp, an eerie silence filled the air. The magnificent armor he once wore had been taken by Hector. Witnessing her son's unbearable grief, she pleaded to the divine blacksmith.
Hephaestus, I beg you, help my son.
Working through the night in his blazing forge, Hephaestus crafted a masterpiece, a radiant bronze helmet, a gleaming spear.
When Achilles stepped onto the battlefield wearing this divine armor, sunlight reflected from its polished surface like a blazing fire. Achilles charged across the battlefield with terrifying speed. The Myrmidons followed close behind, cutting through the Trojan ranks like a storm. No warrior could stand before him.
Ancient poets described the battlefield as a river of bronze and dust. So many warriors fell that the river Scamander was said to overflow with bodies.
The river rose in anger. Only the gods allowed his escape. The message was clear.
Outside the towering walls of Troy stood Prince Hector. He knew he was facing the greatest warrior deuced. For a brief moment, fear overcame him. He turned and ran.
3 times Achilles chased Hector around the mighty walls of Troy. The gods themselves watched from Mount Olympus. Finally, Athena tricked the Trojans into making his final stand. The two heroes, Hector and Achilles, faced one another. Silence fell across the battlefield. Their spears flew through the air.
The people of Troy watched in horror. Queen Hecuba cried out in despair. Revenge had been achieved, but peace never came. Days later, under the cover of darkness, an old man quietly entered the Greek camp. It was King Priam, the father of Hector, alone, unarmed.
He knelt before Achilles and kissed the hands that had killed his son. He begged only for Hector's body. For the first time, he saw not an enemy, but a grieving father.
Achilles remembered his own father, Peleus, waiting for a son who would never return home. Both men began to weep, one mourning a son already lost. Although the Iliad ends before Achilles dies, later Greek legends tell the final chapter of his story.
Yeah!
More than 3,000 years later, Achilles remains one of history's most enduring heroes. His story is not merely about war.
Instead, he chose a short life filled with courage, glory, love, grief, sacrifice. His victories inspired generations. His flaws made him human.
If you enjoyed this journey into Greek mythology, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications for more epic stories from the ancient world.